What is up, everybody? Welcome back to an episode of Smart Minds, Good Times. Today I have a very special guest, Jordan. Say what's up.
What's going on, everybody?
How's your day going?
Hey, man, I'm blessed. I'm here.
Yeah.
Every day is starting to get exciting when I'm living like this.
Yeah. Hey, so with all our guests, we like to get a little background about where they're from, growing up. So, Are you originally from Richmond?
Yeah, I'm from Richmond, Virginia.
Born and raised?
Born and raised, man. I'm from Highland Park, actually.
Highland Park. Okay. What was life like growing up?
You know, the hood is the hood.
Yeah.
I feel like everybody know the hood stories be the same shit. Most of the time, you know, black mom by herself, single, struggling. But we ain't there no more. So that's the most important part.
What was like a memorable childhood story you got, like maybe growing up, where you did?
Memorable moment growing up. I remember it was like 15 of us in this home on Arnold Ave. And we heard something under the sink. So we sitting up there trying to figure out what it is. You know, everybody trying to go under the sink because, you know, the sink is like kind of above the ground a little bit.
Okay.
And there was a whole family of possums.
Inside the sink?
Under the sink.
What?
And, yeah, that was life in Highland Park.
Damn. I wonder how they didn't notice them, because possums are big. They're like pretty big, no?
They pretty big, man.
Yeah.
But no, we didn't even know it was there. We just we found it one day. We had been living in there really my whole life, probably like 6-7 years at that point. Never found it. But I do want to take the conversation in a little direction because I bought you some gifts today, my friend.
Okay, I appreciate that.
So let's get it going with that. This is your first gift.
Oh, thank you so much. You know what? This is like one of the first times somebody brings me a gift.
For real?
Yeah.
Nah, man, we doing it like that.
Thank you.
Yeah, there you go. And that's one of my favorite colognes in there.
Oh, okay.
Replica Mason Margiela. It's a great fragrance, but that is actually the set for you to try most of the fragrances they have, and you can see which one you like, man.
Okay, so I just like smell them, pick them.
You smell, pick which one. It's like a little sample size of each one. It's like 10 of them in there for you.
Yo, this first time somebody brings me a gift. Thank you so much.
You see what I'm saying? I got to set the bar right. And then I also got, I don't know what you be on, man, but
Man, I'm not picky.
I like to have a little vibe going. Get this right for you, bro.
Awesome wine. Yes, sir. You know, my first time I had wine was actually on the podcast, too.
For real?
Yeah.
Who bought you some wine?
One of my friends, he was a manager at a bar downtown.
Mm-hmm.
I had him on the podcast a while back.
That's all right. Yeah, I'm wrap these.
Thank you so much. What type of wine you got?
I got Moscato.
Moscato.
What kind of wine you
Is that the pink one?
Yeah.
That one's good.
It's all right. You just tell me when, my friend.
Hey, same as you. Whatever you want to drink.
All right, we going with it.
Thank you.
No problem, man. We get the vibe right. All right, there we go. All right. So yeah, that was childhood life for me.
Cheers.
Cheers, my friend. And that's how you introduce yourself to somebody. You feel me?
Well, that's probably the most memorable way somebody has introduced themselves to me on here.
I appreciate it.
So, what school did you go to? Growing up behind the park.
Elementary school, I went to A.V. Gnarl. And if you really from Highland Park, you know it was a flood down there. So that pushed a lot of us out. And that's how many people started going to like the Henrico County schools or just county schools in general. So then I started going to Wilder, which is a county school. And that was my middle school. And then high school, I went to Henrico.
Okay, you know, in those schools you went to, like, what's like a story you have from there? Maybe like a story that like impacted your youth. It could have been a fight. It could have been maybe just a story that kind of like, it could have been being bullied. What's something that really impacted you from school? Or an embarrassing story.
You know, I felt like we all kind of go through some shit. People tried some shit with me. I'm in the hood with it. I ain't never really go for none of that shit. I remember though that I always used to be like this angry kid.
What do you think that was?
I was so smart. I like to do things like chess. I was in math club. I like to do stuff like that, but I was just this angry kid because I realized my situation early. I realized while I was in the hood that I was in the hood and broke. While most people like around me, they didn't really realize that they not understanding like, oh, this playing a factor in my life right now. And they just being a kid.
Yeah.
And I'm just kind of too woke to it. And that's what kind of stirred me into the direction that I'm going now.
What do you think woke you
up? So it's 5th grade and we in a career day.
Okay.
And they had all these different people coming out. It was a chef, you know, I remember it was a teacher that did it, of course. And then they had the CEO.
Okay.
This guy was so smooth, came in the suit. And he had the presentation going. And first big words, CEO and salary. He said 0 to infinity. That immediately caught my attention. I'm like, I never thought to like an infinite number. I never thought really past me. $1,000 at this time was a lot.
Oh yeah,
you know what I'm saying? When you were 5th grader.
Oh yeah, $1,000. That's you're a millionaire.
You see what I'm saying? $100.
But like, and you know, back then it wasn't this economy that we are in now.
You're not really thinking past that.
Yeah.
Most people that was grown in that time was thinking $100,000. I'm set for life.
Yeah.
So this guy came in, and he had the presentation like that. And then he started speaking. He's like, so I run my own business. I'm the CEO. Let me break down what that means. That means this number that you see, I take 100% risk of that. So because I take all of the risk, I can either lose all my money or I could become the richest man on the planet. And I don't think anybody else really paid attention to this guy how I did, because he just transformed my whole way of thinking, because I'm thinking, all the people that's selling weed and, those the ones that's getting money. That's how you get money out here. This guy, he's like, a business is the way. I never heard nobody say that before. So after he said that, I started doing research on it and saying, what is a CEO? What do you actually have to do? Like, I'm not paying attention to, I drink this type of water and I wear polo and things of that nature, and these are businesses. This guy just put me onto that, and I started doing research on that, and it just transformed my life, like I said.
How old are you now?
I'm 25.
You're 25, okay.
Yes, sir.
In that moment, like, it's just, you said, like, other kids or other people in the class didn't really, like, maybe they shrugged it off or didn't catch their eye. They caught your eye.
Yeah.
It's like, was that like from that day? Is it like a whole different world to you? Like, it just opened up your eyes?
It opened up my eyes. It made me start realizing the value of money. Because, like I said, when you're that young, you're not spending your own money on things. No. So you don't know how much some Jordans are. You don't know how much it takes for her to, get you that fresh polo set, things of that nature. So I started looking at these things. And shortly after, I started making my own money so I can see, all right, this is how far money could take you. I started understanding money at a very young age and understanding that this is life in America. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah, it just made me go harder, made me determined, and that's where I just started taking my life into.
That's good. After high school, what were your plans? Did you go to college? Did you go into a career or job?
So I'm in high school. I'm at Henrico. I'm ready to graduate. I'm making money. I'm making about $70,000 a year.
70. What were you doing?
This is I had a job at the time, but I was dipping and dabbling in things. Okay. You see what I'm saying? But I'm bringing in $70K a year. This is like 2016. I'm like, college? Yeah, I really going to college? So most of my friends, they was telling me what college they was going to. I ended up deciding I was going to do it late, so I ended up joining in the spring. College was the worst decision for me, but I did it for 3 years, and then I just dropped out.
3 years? What were you majoring in?
Business management.
Business management. And you dropped out like a year before you completed it, right?
A year before I completed it,
Why'd you drop out? Was it like were you tired of it? You just knew it wasn't for you, or?
I was already in business.
Uh-huh.
So, but like by the time I'm ready to graduate, the curriculum they teaching me, I'm like, this ain't business.
Uh-huh.
You know, I went and actually did a couple LLCs already. I done already managed a couple people. I'm already in my field of what I wanted to do. And you're trying to tell me about the analytics of Nike. It don't correlate.
Yeah.
So
especially one saying they say a lot, you know, like your professors really never really started a business. They just the one reading out of the book.
You know, most of them, they had their wealth from doing stocks, Roth IRAs, traditional ways. They kept a good job. That's not the way no more. It's 2024.
Yeah, you know, nowadays it's like, it's just, I feel like ever since COVID, everything became about money. Like it's always been about money, but in COVID, I think it just became like what's the word when there's a lot of something? Oversaturated. Everybody is awake. Everybody knows it's all about money. So it's kind of like a kill or be killed environment now.
You know what happened, man?
What's that?
The internet got bigger.
Yeah. Everybody was at home on their phones.
And what happened, we had TikTok.
That's 100% true.
And you know what TikTok did? TikTok made everyone feel like they could be famous.
Yeah.
And TikTok made everyone feel like they knew what they were talking about. TikTok made everybody feel like, we still good?
Yeah. I was just making sure. Oh, that was your camera? Oh, okay. I thought my camera turned off.
But we that's what happened. And it just, I can see how the internet really played a part into how everyone's acting today, because everyone thinks that they're famous or celebrities. Not that. Or you qualified to talk on the subject. You're not.
Hey, you know, but it's like with COVID, what was COVID life for you? Because everybody had it different. It gave people time, and the world kind of changed. So we had to change with it. But like, how was COVID like for you?
COVID was beautiful.
Yeah.
Donald Trump was in office.
Yeah. Voting for him this year.
Business was booming.
Yeah.
Like Donald Trump, he made America great again. Shout out my guy Donald Trump.
Listen, that's what I say. I tell my parents the same thing. My dad actually owns a business. He does basement waterproofing, construction. Man, I tell him, like, you know, he knows it. Business was booming when Trump was in. So, like,
he knows
they starting to realize they got to vote for Trump, you know?
He's a businessman.
Yeah. So, you know, why was it good for you, though?
Well, I just capitalized on the situation. At this time, I wasn't an influencer yet. So, by the way, I am a CEO, influencer, and image consultant. And at the time, that's when I was understanding my title. I was going and being an image consultant for certain clients. I was running an entertainment company. So when COVID's going on and all this money is going out, we touching a little piece of that.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
You know, I don't want to get fat, but did you get some of those PPP loans?
No.
Oh, you know, one thing I seen on your page.
Please, no IRS. Hey, IRS. Hey, no.
They will be watching this.
They gonna watch this. Hey, look, IRS. Bear with me.
You know, I seen on your page you do a lot of traveling. I see you go to Mexico, Tulum, Cancun, Atlanta, New York, Cali. Like, what? You know, like, why do you like traveling so much? Like, what do you go do out there? What's been some of your favorite places? Like,
I'm from Richmond. You from Richmond?
No, I grew up in Northern Virginia. I moved down here about almost 6 years ago now.
See, you from where it's popular at?
But I didn't like it out there. I feel like I like it down here a lot more than up there.
Okay, I can understand that perspective. As far as being from there and wanting something different.
Yeah.
But when you're from somewhere very small, and see that it works for you, because if you were from Richmond, it would be different.
I would be a lot more close-minded, right?
No, you don't have to go through the Richmond gatekeepers. Let me break this down a little bit. I'm ready to get you into some trouble on my man, Richmond, man, because you have a very Richmond-based crowd.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what I'm
100%,
saying?
100%.
Now, if you're from Richmond, it's hard to make it out of here because it's hard to get that Richmond-based crowd behind you.
Oh, yeah. Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? Northern Virginia, they have D.C., you have Maryland, and not only that, you have a lot of things in Northern Virginia itself. You have Tyson's Corner, you have Eddie V's, you have great establishments.
Yeah.
We're lucky to have a Roof Chris, and it's on a plantation house.
You know, I didn't even know we had a Roof Chris out here. I didn't.
It's oh wait, let's break this down for a second. This is Richmond, Virginia for you. We get a Roof Chris, and it's in a plantation house, and that just sets the tone for Richmond for you. But a lot of people don't even know that here because, like I said, we're so far behind. People look at the Saks, and that's like our golden child.
You know, the Saks Fifth Avenue?
Saks Fifth Avenue is in Richmond.
And that's the one wait, is there one like downtown? Because I know there's one like at what they call, like the outlets. I didn't know.
Stony Point.
Yep. You talking about that one?
Mm-hmm.
You know, aren't they shutting that down, that whole plaza?
I don't think they're shutting it down. They're doing a lot of remodeling on it, but that's like they got a Tiffany's, they got Expectation, Latitude. These are very well-established companies. They had a Nordstrom's in there. They got a Dillard's.
I heard like maybe 3 years ago, I heard that plaza, like Stony Point, was only about $20 million a year.
Yeah.
Something like that. I heard. I was reading about it.
Yeah.
But, you know, like what's some of your favorite places you've traveled to? Like that one place like you wouldn't mind going back 100 times?
Atlanta.
I saw you said it was like home, right?
Atlanta is my second home. I love Atlanta. Every time I go out there, the food is amazing. The people is amazing. Some people don't like Atlanta. I feel like if you don't like Atlanta, you're not a superstar. That's just how I feel because it's the land of that people that just want to be something. They just money hungry out there.
Yeah, you know, there's a lot more movement going on. There's like out there, there's a lot more like industries. Like here in Richmond, like you were talking about, there's not much going on.
It's not nothing going on.
Yeah, in Atlanta, there's so many different places where if you're at the right place at the right time, you'll catch something. You'll catch an audience. You'll catch a transaction. I don't know. Please. But there's a lot more to get involved out there.
Yeah, for sure. And you know what's funny? You interviewed some of Richmond's finest already, right? And how long you been doing this?
I think we just hit 6 months.
You know?
Yeah.
If we were to be talking about Atlanta, how long would it take you to interview some of Atlanta's finest?
Man, easily a year. There's a lot more in different industries too. Like I could have tapped in with the rap scene and take a year. I could have tapped in with the fashion industry, and there's a lot more to do out there.
It's a lot, and that's the thing with Richmond. It's just like when we find something like this, this is great. Let me give you your props, first of all. That's why I brought this and set this tone, because this is great what you have going on.
I appreciate that.
And something like this, of course, a lot of the best would come to, but it's so easy because a lot of them, no one's big here.
Yeah, I think what it is like people here are accessible. In
no
Atlanta,
one's big.
Yeah, and in Atlanta, I don't think it'll be too easy to get in touch with people.
Because, you know, they got their bag in Atlanta, and they have their bag outside of other cities.
You know, that's a lot of people from Richmond, I've heard them say, like, in order to really get money, it's got to come from outside of Richmond.
You got to go outside. You got to go outside. Some people, Richmond is ranked one of the best business cities for black people
in the nation,
in America.
I did read that.
You know, but at the same time, how many of us, see, we didn't read the statistics properly. Okay. See, when you go down to the statistics, how many of those businesses are in entertainment, which most of us are doing?
Probably very slim.
You see what I'm saying? Most of it is coming from the beauty industry. You know, people with physical locations, art shops. These are the ones that are doing restaurants. That's why it's the best. You can't sit up there and say, "Oh, I'm a rapper." Richmond is one of the best black businesses. I could go and be.
Yeah, because I think Richmond is one of the best places, like business wise, as in like what's it called, brick and mortar shops. Like it's like actual like physical businesses, not like entrepreneurship, like media, like you said. Mm-hmm. But would you consider moving to Atlanta?
Oh, I'm already planning that.
Yeah.
I'm already planning that.
What's like the biggest thing you like and dislike about Richmond?
It's not for me. This city just isn't advanced enough. It's not developed enough. It's trying. It's just too far behind.
Let me get your thoughts on something though. Mm-hmm. Do you think a lot of people have that same mindset? A lot of you can say like the bigger people from Richmond do move out of Richmond and never come back or never really support it. Don't you think it starts with people to really back up and support it, to grow with it instead of waiting for it to grow?
People try it. Shout out to Young Land. He put a great studio in here, and that was the opportunity of a lifetime for Richmond, and people did not take advantage of that. Shout out to Chef Lindsay. These are people that are killing it in Richmond, and I feel like they're not getting that exposure how they should. Shout out F&F Chop.
Yup. Chop's a good dude.
You know what I'm saying? I seen he was on here. These are great people that I feel like they should be going to the next level, but this is what it means when you have Richmond behind you. How behind you, you know what I'm saying, is Richmond going to be, because no one has done it here.
Yeah.
So shouldn't that tell you that maybe the market isn't here?
Yeah. And one thing too is like with the casino that we're going to build here, that would have brought us like the opportunity for a market, because they were going to have like a arena inside for people to come perform.
It was no space.
Yeah, but like now it's like, what do you think about the casino? Do you think it should have been built?
I feel like I like the direction Richmond is going in for people for retirement.
Okay.
I think that's great for them. I don't necessarily have to want my city to fit my needs to understand what's best for my city. So as much as I want Richmond to be Atlanta, it's not that.
Yeah, no. It's got to be its own city.
It's got to be its own thing. And I feel like the retirement move is great. People don't know, we had a bike race here, and that was one of the biggest events for Richmond. That brought one of the biggest revenues here in Richmond, a bike race.
I didn't even know about it.
The marathons here, that brings famous people. You know what I'm saying? I met Digimon, the guy from Marvel. He did a lot of big acting jobs, but met him in a marathon. And like, you don't meet a lot of big name people in places like here from Richmond, especially at club events.
Oh no,
you know what I'm saying?
I mean, the night scene here in Richmond is pretty dead. You could say
it's pretty dead. When Boosie come, it's it.
Yeah, you know what's crazy? I saw he was here, I think this past weekend, right? Or was it yesterday? I don't remember.
He was here pretty recently.
Yeah, but
Boosie, a legend here. Shout out to Boosie.
But I didn't even know he was here until after. But yeah, I mean, I didn't even know. But it's like, what is it called? The Coliseum, right?
Yeah.
Is that's shut down completely now?
That's
right?
Gone.
That used to be like kind of like the only place celebrities could really. Right?
That's where we had mainly like the circus and things of that nature. The monster trucks and things of that nature. Most of the time, the big name people, they would come to the National.
Okay.
Which is still there, but how many big name people are coming to Richmond? Riley not coming to Richmond.
No.
Lil Durk's not coming to Richmond. Lil Baby's not coming to Richmond.
It's I think a lot of big comedians and maybe like non-rappers will come to Richmond because there's a theater and other things, but I don't think.
Because we support it.
Yeah.
We want anything that seems big. How controversial. I'm very controversial.
No, I'm with it.
But Desi Banks, right?
Okay.
Desi Banks is huge to me, right? But on the scale of what it is a celebrity, how big is Desi Banks?
I mean, I don't think he's an A-list celebrity.
Is Desi Banks going to be around Kim Kardashian?
Probably not. Yeah.
So that's just how I feel about it. You got to. I look into these things because I've been around these people. I've been around people that can get in front of these people. And so I know that this is the game that I play because it's entertainment. I don't think anybody that comes here know what the entertainment industry is. So y'all should probably study it. But yeah, just understand there's levels to it.
I'm gonna hit you with a question. You can pick out any question in there, randomize it. And my handwriting is pretty bad, so my apologies.
Good. Let's see. Would you trade a family member for $1 million? Hell, yeah. Nah. Let me think about that.
No, think about it. It could be like that uncle you don't like or a third cousin.
Nah. And I know this sounds crazy. Money is a tool that I wouldn't use for dark reasons. So no matter how much I don't like some of my family, I just personally wouldn't do it.
You're a better man than I am.
$1 million is a lot, but I feel like I'm already owed $1 million, so I'm already tapping into that. I don't really need to do no scheme to get that $1 million.
Early or just now, you said you knew people that could get around, like maybe other celebrities. Do you have like a mentor in your life? Somebody that really like taught you, I don't know, like maybe like open up your eyes or put you onto game?
I did pay for knowledge from a couple of different people.
Okay.
If you mean that in the mentor sense, I did study at Earn Your Leisure.
I did see that on one of your stories.
When they were doing, and they still do courses. I took the course when I came across. This is COVID, This is why I say I use COVID to my advantage.
Yeah.
When I did have when I have a lot of cheese, I invest in myself. So at that time, I invested in the courses. And went through with Earn Your Leisure, Him 500, J.R. McKee. These are people that teach finances, and J.R. McKee is a big name in the industry, in the entertainment industry.
Okay.
He's managed and worked with people like Rod Wave, Lil Durk. When Money Long, before she became famous, I was at his seminar.
Oh, really?
And he said, this is 6 months before the smash hit, Hours and Hours. He's like, y'all not familiar with Money Long? No one's like, no, we don't know who that is. Like, give me 6 months, you're going to know who she is. 6 months, he wins a Grammy with it. But this is a very accomplished man. Jasmine Elizabeth, one of the great influencers. I got a couple of different people that I just paid for knowledge or just went through them, and they taught me a lot of the mainstream game.
And a lot of people will be like, oh, why would he pay for that? Why would he pay for that? But a lot of people aren't willing to invest into that. And, like, money is just a way to get your foot into the door.
Money is a tool.
I think it's like a lot of people here in Richmond, I mean, that's anywhere. They're very close-minded. It's like they're very cheap and close-minded. They'll be like, no, why would I pay you? And they want everything handed to them.
In Atlanta, they willing to pay.
Oh, yeah.
In New York, they willing to pay.
Because, like, it's money. In that case, it's just a tool to really get your foot in the door.
This is where you at.
Because it's not like, because if you don't get the person that you want advice from or knowledge from, you don't get anything in return. It's just a handout. There's got to be a mutual exchange where there's benefit on both sides.
And that's, me personally, anywhere I go is like that. Anywhere I'm surrounding myself is like that. Like, it's not, hey, bro, what the free, and let me try to get this. It's not that. You hanging with sharks. Sharks don't think like that.
Yeah.
Sharks need to eat.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So that's just about who to crowd you with. If you hang around people that's just trying to get a handout and shit like that, that's what you're going to get. That's the energy you're going to get. But I don't like to be in those places.
Your business partner was here earlier.
Yeah, he's a great guy. Shout out to my man
he was
Keith.
Cool dude. He was telling me about how you guys have the Full Circle Entertainment going on.
Yes,
So,
sir.
can you tell me a little bit about that? Like, when did you guys start it? What's your purpose, like your mission with it?
We started, we just rebranded as Full Circle Entertainment. We started as Focus Entertainment. We didn't want to get sued, so don't sue us.
And then he said Power 35 or what?
Law 35
Law
Records.
35, Yeah.
That was the last one. And but we started off with Focus Entertainment, and it was a group of artists. We had managed like 2 artists at the time. It started with that, and we had did that for years. And that's what got me to where I am today, because when you are managing talent, you have to make sure that they feel like superstars. You have to make regular people superstars.
But it's like, do you do that because you got to make them believe that they are before they are, or
That's exactly what it is, because they gotta carry that persona for us to make some money. Because how else you gonna make some money if you're not a superstar?
Yeah, because I guess like nowadays like you got to match what the agenda is pushing in order to really make it today, and like what they're pushing is like it's all fake. It's all that
all fake.
sexy reds, or it's like you got to be a thug, which people aren't. It's like
I can't. You know what? I'm not gonna say it's fake. It's entertainment.
It is, yeah. It is entertainment, yeah.
That's why I don't even take nothing personal, because I know what game I'm playing. A lot of people, they only been in Richmond entertainment, and they don't understand what the real entertainment industry is. Like, they came across Krishan Rock in Richmond, they would be astonished. But think about where Krishan Rock ranks in entertainment.
She's starting to get up there, but even if you think about it, she's not as up there as you think she would be.
I keep saying she's gonna be around Kim Kardashian.
She's not. It's like, did you see the Super Bowl with Taylor Swift? I got a little left, but I'll take a little refill.
Yeah, we're gonna finish this, Joe, man. We're gonna get right.
Who did you have on the Super Bowl?
My mom's a big 49ers fan, so I was going for that. I was going for Dukes to win, get her a Super Bowl ring, but I knew what it was. It's rigged. It's entertainment.
Yeah, that's why I was bringing it up, because like the NFL, I'm sure is like they legally changed it to where they're not a sports industry, they're an entertainment industry, so they can legally rig it.
Yeah,
and that's with like I believe that's also with the NBA.
Yeah,
so they don't say they do, but I'm sure they do. When they have millions of dollars out there, like in bets, they gotta be pulling certain strings,
You got to, and a lot of players and coaches talked out about it, and that's just what it is. Like, you play the cards you dealt, and I think that's with anybody. Those guys that are playing in the NBA, they are talents.
Yeah. So
this is what it takes in the entertainment industry. You have to become a figure. That's why people like Shaq become who they are.
Oh, yeah.
That's why Ant-Man is becoming who he is, and why LeBron, these people marketed themselves to fit the NBA's entertainment industry.
But do you think they get a lot of money in order to fit those requirements? Is that considered selling your soul?
Oh man, I'm about to get controversial here. Sell your soul. You're gonna have to do that for the entertainment industry. That's what it is. You're not gonna be able to stay authentic to what you want to be, because at the end of the day, it has to be entertaining. And what you think is entertaining might not be what the mass thinks is entertaining. You have to get with that.
And what it is entertaining to the mass crowd, and it's not something you really want to be doing for a long time. It might be fun for a while, but it's not something you really want to go out there and do. Like a lot of the artists, when they go out there and perform, they don't want to be out there performing every single night.
Now, here's the thing.
But they get a lot of money for it.
Here's the thing with that, though. Here's what I consider selling my soul. I'm willing to bend what I got going on. Selling your soul is a nigga in a dress.
Like Playboy Cardi and Lil Uzi and all that's going on right now.
That's selling your soul to me. Doing that, pushing satanic stuff. Yeah. To me, that's selling your soul. Which, like I said, I get everything because it is the entertainment industry. So when people are going against certain people and they don't like them at the time, when the Travis Scott shit was going on, sorry if this is too controversial, but hey, I felt like that was a great move.
Like, what you talking about, like the Astroworld Festival?
The Asteroid Festival. That was a great move. That pushed them into a whole nother level, because people don't understand that those events is what makes you into the A-lister.
And it's almost like a sacrifice. It's like a big ritual.
Because you have to. Because you need an event to, almost stamp you. Like, it needs some significant event to remember who this person is, so we can attach it to that person, so you can get into that crowd.
My bad, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're good. Go ahead.
There's something I was reading about today that is like, it makes sense and it doesn't. But, at the Super Bowl, this year the Super Bowl was a lot like more entertainment, more money going on. The prices of the tickets were the highest they've ever been. Taylor Swift was the face of the season.
Right.
Alicia Keys wore all red at the Super Bowl. So did Rihanna the last time she performed, The Weeknd. There's always some type of satanic going on, right? But you know one thing too, the Super Bowl made the most money and it brought in the most viewers it ever before. Do you think? Did you hear about the shooting that happened at the Chiefs parade?
I didn't.
So there was a shooting. So the Chiefs, you know how the winning Super Bowl team, they have like a parade at their city every year after they win. So the Chiefs had a parade, and you know they're going. I think it's across the water or in the big bus across the streets. People around. There was like a massacre. They killed. 20 people were shot. More than half of them were kids, and I believe 6 died. Do you think that maybe that event was what the ritual that was needed behind the Super Bowl for that year? Was that little sacrifice?
It could have been. I mean, I ain't in the Illuminati.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what they got going on, but I do know that, you know, what I think about that event is it happened and it got covered up.
It wasn't pushed that much.
Do you see what I'm saying? That's what I'd be feeling like on some media. It's like Kansas City to me is looked at as like a primarily white place. I could be confused, but I don't think mainstream media pushes violence on that crowd. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So I just feel like where it comes into that is just they just silence stuff like that. I wouldn't necessarily say they needed that for that, but I know that's the industry, you know?
Yeah. You know, it's like here in Richmond, you say you grew up in Highland Park, and, you know, like a good example we brought up, it was like at 5th grade where somebody came and talked about business, opened up your eyes. A lot of people really didn't pay attention to it. Why do you think that people here maybe like in, you could say poverty areas? I'm not black myself, but I know there's a culture behind, there's a Mexican culture that maybe you guys won't relate to, and there's a black culture that maybe I won't relate to. But one thing I have heard a lot in the black culture is like maybe you guys, certain people, they don't know more than what they can see in their, like, you can say your neighborhood or where you're from. Why do you think that is? What do you think it takes to like really open up your eyes?
I think we're meant to be trapped.
You think that's a system that's put in place?
I think that's just what it is. Unfortunately, we may never break that chain because it takes the majority of us, and the system is designed so that it will never be the majority of us. Me personally, my goal at the end of all this is to open up my own city and it to be similar to Black Wall Street, but we're making it a whole city. So that's the reason why I'm pushing for these M's. But I feel like personally that we are not going to ever be able to overcome America or break that cycle that's meant to be, because I've met a lot of niggas, bro, and they never going to change.
Yeah, you know, I mean,
you know, that
part is the same with a lot of people. I think once you get to a certain age or a certain level of maturity, it's like you're not going to change who you are as a person. Or it takes a very big event, like a life-changing event, for that person to really open up their eyes.
That's true, and that's where I come into, you know, people. But at the same time, I'm not blind to the fact that every race has its own set of obstacles.
Yeah.
And I'm never the one to try to say, you know, ranking what's harder, but for sure, they don't want black people to win. That just was not good for it. And I love Hispanic culture. I'm actually part Hispanic myself.
Oh, from where?
My great granddad is from the Dominican Republic.
Oh, okay.
So my grandma is actually from Florida. she in the water with it. Yeah, her dad was from the Dominican Republic. So I love that. So I love everybody really, but I just do understand that with the obstacles that black people face, and Hispanics stick together.
You know. That's one narrative that's always talked about, like outside looking in, and it's true and it's not, because I can say the same thing about the black community.
Y'all don't stick together with, so like it could be beef with someone from Ecuador, and then like somebody else, they don't like Mexican or somebody. So I did understand that.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's so like one thing I will say, like, you know, you can say like a good example, like I could bring to you, like. You may not think the black community comes together, but for me, I could say, like, you know, like, good example, Black Lives Matter movement 2020. How
Black Lives Matter was a white movement.
Yeah, looking at it now, it did. But how people were able to come together.
White people came together. White people were in the riots. White people were the ones breaking things. I knew a couple niggas that was trying to break shit and they weren't on shit. Them white people, they was savages.
You know, how do you feel about how that one lady took advantage of the whole movement? You know how like she started the Black Lives Matter organization, took in all the money, and she just bought mansions. How do you feel about that?
That's America.
She preyed off of her people. I mean, that people do that. That's how people do it. You know, like people in my community, there's people like Bad Bunny, Hispanic artist. He makes money off of his people.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
But I mean, I feel like she did what she had to do. I don't know.
See, I would have appreciated it had it went back to the community, and it didn't. It went and bought a mansion and cars and nigga shit. Nigga shit. So that's as you say, what's wrong with the black community? What do they do? We do that. And not a lot of I know people that are trying to run a nonprofit, and make it their like success story, make it their millionaire story. You got something called nonprofit in the name, and you trying to get rich off of it.
You know, a nonprofit is supposed to be more like for a tax write-off, no?
You got something with nonprofit in the name, man. Yeah, but like you said, it is supposed to be a tax write-off. But like I said, this is Richmond for you. People don't know that.
You know, you talked about earlier how you're an image consultant.
Mm-hmm.
How you know? I mean, what was your role? What's your role in that? Like, how do you get clients? How did you get into that certain like niche?
You can book me through my link in my bio on Instagram. Really, any social media platform. The link's right there. But I started it with the artists that I was developing.
Okay.
I developed cameramen and everything like that, and it just started with the look, bro. The outfit that you got on, that's not working for what we got going on. I was that guy. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, it's a video shoot, and you supposed to be the artist, and you coming in a goddamn Walmart sweatsuit. What are you doing? It's some Roshi runs or whatever. It's like, what are you doing? That's not gonna get 1 million views.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm harsh about it. I'm like, bro, I want to see some Louis V. I want to see some Gucci. I'm something to make it stand out. You know, and that's just how I was. That's where it started at. I just started understanding that this is a student in the game. I looked at Drake, Nicki Minaj, whoever it was, and what they had to do, and they always had that image to them. I'm pushing a Porsche 911.
It's like one thing Drake said. It's all about marketing. That's all it is, right?
Marketing is image. Yeah. How you market your image, but like I said, that's why we have TikTok, and people think you can make it being normal. Let me tell you something. I met people with 1 million followers on TikTok, and they came in front of me, and they witnessed what a real celebrity looked like. And I have 100 followers probably on TikTok. That's what it is. Like, understand that your numbers don't make you a celebrity. The image. You have to make people fall in love with who you are in person. And, you know, those are the ones that are celebrities.
You know, and it's very hard to do that.
It's hard to do that.
Yeah.
It's hard to do that. And I understand that, but that's the game you play.
You know, it's like you as an image consultant, if, you know what I mean, I don't take anything personal. Let's just say I'm a client, me, myself, and I say, hey, you know, what's some advice you would give me? I'm in front of the camera. What advice would you give me?
I say you're doing great. Because
there's got to be something I'm doing wrong where I can work on, though.
Yeah. I mean, the only thing that I would say is upgrade setup. And that just comes with time. But I would say you're doing great because you're not trying to, well, I don't know what's your goal right now, but it seemed like the goal right now is to develop my audience that is Richmond and make that into consistent clientele and then grow from there. But once you start wanting to say, I want to go mainstream, then you just start saying, all right, let me go ahead and get different monitors. Let me get a bigger room. Let me get new equipment. You already got nice equipment. This is a Rode mic, so you already doing what it do. You know what I mean? So just that who you pushing to matters. You're pushing to the right people, so I think you at the right point. But when it does come to that A-list, level, they want to see certain things. They want to see what's the latest brands and things that you have on, what you pushing, who you rocking with. So you got to make your relationship a little public, things of that nature.
Yeah, it's one thing too. I'm actually moving out of this studio at the end of the month. I'm gonna take a month or two just to sit back and see, like, maybe find a new studio or figure out how I want to go about it. Just kind of like take a step back and reevaluate.
Why you want to do that?
Just because I not only do I need a personal break, but I do want to reevaluate, like you said, purpose. Like, my purpose changes as it goes. I got to step back and find a purpose because I don't want to just be doing interviews. I got to know where I'm going with it.
Let me tell you this. When you take a break, when you start back, you got to start all over.
You think so?
You got to start all over. So, me personally, I say you got your clientele. I say work that. If you want to build, what it takes is keep this and put another one somewhere else, and you build there. You from Northern Virginia, I would utilize that.
Yeah.
This would be perfect in Northern Virginia. I would personally come to the one in Northern Virginia. You set it up. You see what I'm saying?
I didn't even think about that. I didn't think about that. I could, because, I feel like I could tap into the Northern Virginia side a lot more if I'm out there. And it's like I probably want to be able to keep both. I'm not.
Don't ever say you can't, bro. Don't ever say
I'm not in a position at the moment where I can, and I'm not out here portraying an image. I don't make too much money where I can maintain both. I'm 18. I'm not.
You 18?
Yeah, I'm not
you got
balling.
No, you got this. This is easy money.
You
know how I know? Because this won't even possible for you.
Yeah.
I don't know a lot of people with these mics.
They are pricey.
Especially at 18. I don't know what people are like with this equipment.
Yeah.
This one really possible for. If I'm thinking back and you told me you was 18 trying to do this, I tell you out your rabbit ass mind.
You know what? It's crazy what certain things will make you do. Is like I said, I mean, I'm not a person to lie. Like, so, like, when I'm not saying this is my dream. I didn't start this because I wanted to be a job. I didn't really want it to be a source of income. I started it because at the moment I didn't have a purpose, so I gave myself one. I was going through a setback.
That's
so,
what it. Hey, do it right there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Especially when it's related with a girl. So, that's the best motivation that's out there.
Hey, after that, you just thought, hey, I'm a superstar.
But it's like I personally feel like I've been doing this every week, every day, nonstop. I work a job. It's not like this is all I do. I just need a good month or two as a break, as a way to reevaluate myself and continue doing it with passion. I don't want this to feel like a job with repetitiveness. I want to be able to do it while keeping the quality the same.
I can understand.
And I want to be able to, I might do what you told me. That's a good idea. Maybe I could go to Northern Virginia, find a way to go out there, pick. And it's crazy. There's not too many right now. Richmond and Northern Virginia isn't like a connection too much. If there's a way you can bring some of it together, it'd be interesting to see.
Yeah, they mad now because Ed Glizzy said the truth, which is all these Richmond niggas want to be DC niggas. Y'all know that shit true. Y'all know it's true. Richmond drill is based off DC drill. Why don't y'all just admit it already? Damn.
Richmond drill isn't too. It's fairly new. I think it's about at the most 3 years old.
I mean, we always had, even in the Chief Keef era, we had drill. Because before this, you had Super Duper. I'm going crazy with the names right now. I think it was Mo Bands. It was a lot going on. How could I forget Brody? Carrying the city. We had a good drill scene. We always had good names. And Trap House Cabin in the game for a minute. Rio, all these people. So we had a good drill scene. It just was Richmond. I'm naming Richmond sound people. Red Rum. These are Richmond sounding people. Now everyone switched to the DC drill. So I feel like the new RVA drill scene isn't new, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm gonna hit you with a question, and I got something. Go for it. Lucky piece of paper.
All right, let's go.
See what we get.
Yeah, let's see. This wine got me crazy right now. Let me see. What our biggest pet pervert?
You know what? My cameraman wrote that one. He's not here today, but it's supposed to say pet peeves. He wrote pet perverts.
I said pet perverts in your partner. Pet peeves. Okay.
I know how to spell.
My biggest pet peeves in my partner. It's just, it's crazy. I started understanding how women are. So my pet peeves would come with any woman. They just unattentive, always got an attitude. See, I like to date women that are a certain caliber.
Okay.
Just me personally. I like bougie women, designer bag type women, own shop type women, people that could brag on something. So, it just come with a little different type of attitude with them. They don't really just go for anything, and they always keep me on my game, and that's what I like.
Okay. I saw you have a YouTube channel. You say you're an influencer.
Mm-hmm.
One thing I did see is you do certain videos called the lunch break, correct?
The lunch break, yes, sir.
So, how did that come about? Like, what made you want to start that?
I always be having a lot to get off my chest.
Okay.
I want to fix the culture, and that's my way of trying to fix the culture. I want to start helping my people become who they need to be, giving my real life experiences, because I feel like I said, TikTok, they made everybody feel like they was qualified for something. Mm-hmm. And I spent 4 or 5 years becoming qualified to be an internet persona.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, I didn't just become an influencer because, I wanted to just grab a camera and become famous. I didn't want to be famous at first. I wanted to push somebody else to be famous, but everyone kept making me feel like I was famous. So, that's where I just started going with it. I just, I feel like that. And this wine got me feeling crazy right now.
Yeah, no, it's nice. It's like one thing about wine. Like I said, the first time I ever had it was actually on the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
It's different from getting drunk off of beer or liquor.
Yeah, I can't handle all that hard liquor.
Yeah,
shit,
my body cannot take hard liquor.
I can't do it. I had a couple shots of tequila last night at a birthday dinner. Sick as hell, boy.
Because drinking used to be, what? Earlier when I was saying why I started a podcast, because I needed to give myself something better to do. This right here is all I used to do 4 times a week, and it's like, so I mean, it's like, it's not one of the best habits to have. Like, what's maybe one of your bad habits? Something that you learned to move on from? Maybe something like I'm not saying addiction, but a bad habit you had or you have.
Hanging with losers.
That's it. Everybody got to go through that, though. Everybody got to go through that.
Yeah, I used to hang with a bunch of bums.
How come you looked at her?
No.
I'm joking.
She a winner. And that's why she here today. She winning. You see what I'm saying? But I used to hang around a lot of bums for years. And they're going to watch this podcast. And I hope they please clip that part because I want them to see it. But, I used to hang around losers that never knew what success was. And that was one of my bad habits because I used to want to make losers win. And you can't make a loser win. No. Somebody got to be accustomed to winning and being successful to be successful. So that was one of the bad habits I had to break.
And it's like people aren't going to change who they are. And it's like, especially you can't help somebody that doesn't want to be helped.
Some people change. Man, I used to be a menace. I'm telling you, I used to be like angry. Like I said, I was an angry child. I always wanted to fight. I always argue with women. I ain't one with the type to put my hands on them. But I was like just bitchy. Like, doing a little bitch ass shit, just angry black man. I'm sorry. Can you cuss on here?
You can cuss all you want.
But I used to do little shit like that, and I just learned from that, and I changed. I changed a lot. I'm calm now. I don't want no smoke. I don't want to go to jail again.
Again, if you don't mind me asking, and it's okay if you don't feel personal sharing. What was jail like for you, or how long were you in there for?
Oh, God, I never thought I would be going to jail. Look at me. Look at me. But jail was an eye opener. I was eating, prime rib, wagyu at the time. Do you see what I'm saying? I'm going from that to eating trays. So it opened my mind, man. Like it made me sit down. It made me realize you can't be an angry black man in this world because all your rights can get taken from you.
And that's with anyone, but I guess that's another thing too. Like, I wouldn't know unless I'm from your culture. And one thing that is very commonly known that you guys say is like you guys are targeted a lot more.
Yeah, I was definitely targeted. I was targeted. By a certain situation, I can kind of speak on it now.
Yeah.
But I had witnesses and everything, and the people that filed the charges on me, they were white and all this stuff, and they said they had a video on me and all this shit. Man, when I went to court, bro, they tried to take they tried to take my they wanted me to sit for a year. They wanted me to take my license away and all this shit, man. It was I was targeted. That's all I can say, but that's just what it is, being black in America.
What do you think is like the biggest lesson you learned from being in that situation, like being in jail? I know some people say it opens up your eyes a lot, just being in, you're confined from reality, you could say.
Yeah, man, when I walked outside, I never thought it felt more amazing. And you don't realize the little things in life, like being able to like use the restroom by yourself. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? Deodorant. I'm talking about I was most musty as hell up in there. Like,
you didn't have deodorant in there?
Bruh, that shit did not work.
Oh, my God.
And, man, they had a shampoo, a body wash, conditioner, all that shit was one.
3 in 1.
3 in 1. That shit was shower got gnats all up in it. Toilet got gnats up in it. I was constipated for like 3-4 days off the food. Crazy.
What was your favorite tray, like meal they would serve out there?
The regular sandwich, the bologna sandwich.
The bologna sandwich.
The bologna sandwich they used to have with the mustard. That shit was clutch.
5 years from now, where do you see yourself? Where do you see? Actually, before I ask that, you said you're a CEO.
Yes, sir.
What is your company, or what exactly gives you the title to being a CEO?
I own Full Circle Entertainment LLC with my partner Marquise. Right now, I am the talent of that company, but we still have a couple of artists that we partner with, push their music. Shout out to them. That's a whole different story. But yeah, that's what give me that title. But I'm just the talent of it right now as the influencer.
What's one piece of advice you wish you had listened to growing up?
I wish I had listened to people making me feel like a star. If I had been started this journey, I feel like I would be a lot further. But like I said, I pushed other people to feel like they were celebrities. So that CEO, man, told me to believe in myself. And I went against the grain and believed in others. So as cliche as it sounds, please believe in yourself, invest in yourself, because I've invested thousands of dollars into others and wish I never did,
one thing I wanted to ask about earlier when you said, I forgot exactly what you said, but do you plan on having kids?
Yeah, definitely.
You do? How many kids do you want?
One or two.
One or two, okay.
1 or 2. When that day come, I mean, I'm a well-wanted man right now, man. I'm a well-wanted man right now.
Speaking about that, it's kind of our subject. What's the worst date you've ever been on?
Oh, my God. I've been on some trash dates.
Oh, let me hear about it.
One of these, okay, all right, I got one. All right, so this is jump in the 7-5.
Okay.
I'm going to go see her. We supposed to be going to this little restaurant. It's in Hampton. And I come in her crib. She ain't ready yet.
Okay.
I'm like, all right, cool. I understand. That's some females, especially the females I like dealing with. I'm kind of understanding what she on. So she ain't really ready yet.
Okay.
I'm in the crib. I'm chilling. Cool. Nice. Still not ready. All right, let me go play with the jump real quick. Let me see what she on real quick. Talk to her. You ready yet? What you doing? All right, cool. Not ready. Another hour go by. Just chilling like, damn, I'm ready to fall asleep in this bed. So about 3 hours go by. She gets ready. By the time she ready, the reservation already done. So we can't even go there no more because the place is closed. She get mad at me because we can't go there no more. So we end up in this last minute spot. Hit the last minute spot. Shawty just straight on her phone the whole time. I don't even know the joint. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get to know the joint.
Yeah.
That was just the worst date I was been on. I can tell she was there for the food, which a lot of women do that. They never experience some of the places that I be going to, so they just want a free meal. And that's like a normal. She's like the normal of what a regular date is.
You know, and it's like, it would be one thing if you're just there for the food and you try to hide it, but if you're there for the food and you embrace it.
Nah, they don't even try to hide it. They just know what it is. I had one Joe DM me. This was DM me, right? She like, hey, how you doing? Put the heart eyes on my story. Hey, da-da-da-da. I'm like, okay. She like, where you from? All that little shit. Then she like, yeah, I'm real hungry right now. Okay. I see what you want, but look, I don't even know who you are. This girl gonna tell me, damn, all I wanted was some lunch.
I mean, it's like, at least she's telling you. Then she's
gonna be say, yeah, it ain't like I wanted some dinner or something, but it's cool. That's the normal.
Have you ever been catfished before? Nah. Okay. Nah. Okay. Good.
I don't do the catfish.
You know, like we're doing this right now, right? But just say, has there ever been a time where you've had too much to drink and you've had like a crazy drunk story?
College,
man. Let me hear it.
College. I drank a whole bottle of Rain.
You know, what was that?
That shit vodka. That's when I used to just drink any fucking thing, man. I had I don't even remember what much happened that night. I went to a party, came back, blacked out in the restroom. That was it.
Damn, you woke up there?
Well, you had dorms. So I was in my dorm in the bathroom. I'm in like a regular bathroom. But yeah, that was like a crazy time.
You know, what's like one of the biggest lessons you've learned in your life? Maybe one that you would push to your future kids.
The world tries to push their negativity on you. Just stay positive. That's the biggest thing. I wish I didn't let the outside noise get to me with a lot of decisions I made in my early career. But I'm always tell my kids to believe in you. Never make a dream feel like it's stupid. Because I feel like what I'm trying to do right now feels stupid to a lot of people, and they don't really understand what I got going on. So, just being in those shoes, I would just let them know, never let somebody make you feel stupid.
Hey, one thing I've heard people say, you got to be a little bit crazy.
You got to be delusional, man, to make it. That's what it is.
You know, I have one final question, but is there something you want to talk about before I ask that? Anything you want to talk about? Maybe something I didn't ask, something maybe we didn't bring up?
Yeah. Let me address some shit real quick, because I know a lot of Richmond gonna see this. I want my city to step its game up.
Okay.
And I want us to find the superstar to push. I don't care who it is. Me personally, I want to be that superstar, but I won't be selfish. I'm going to do me regardless. But if Richmond wants to make it, we need a superstar to push. Don't give me no bullshit that y'all been giving me. You see what I'm saying? I don't want to settle for anything, because I do want my city on, but that's the message I want to push, a superstar. And if we need to figure out what that looks like, DM me, because I can make you into a superstar.
That's where the image consultant comes in.
That's where it comes in.
You know, lastly, if you had a chance to give the whole world a message, what would it be?
The whole world. I'm not even gonna lie. Half the world probably won't like me. To the other half that do though, stay you, stay beautiful, stay true. I love you. And just stay positive. Don't let this world make you crazy because the world is fucking crazy right now.
Yep.
So do not make it crazy. And to the people that don't like me, stay a hater. Stay a bitch ass nigga. Stay a hater. You stay you, do it too. You know what I'm saying? It's just, we don't give a fuck about you.
Well, Jordan, I appreciate you for coming on tonight. I appreciate you for taking time out of your day and your schedule to come on here. Thank you guys so much for watching.
Thank y'all, man. Jordan Ketchen. You can find me on Instagram, TikTok, Lemonade, anything. YouTube. Jordan Ketchen is my name.
We out. Later.